Oh my god, is your Facebook in Irish? That's crazy. Hi, I'm Ciara and this is What the Fuckle, where I answer your questions about the Irish language. And in this video we're going to be talking about the internet as Gaeilge. I've brought in the very special, a good friend of mine, Owen Pio Murchu. Agus tá sé chun reinint ruí inseach doing faoin idirlín as Gaeilge agus chuna sa Ibríonn sé. It's really hard to talk to you in English.
Yeah, so this is probably the first time ever, maybe?
Yeah.
A long time anyway that we spoke in English at least. But yeah, we'll get through it and we'll get over it.
Okay, let's make it happen.
Okay.
You're studying for a doctorate in literature, but you also have worked as a translator for a long time. And you also use the internet.
Yes, all of these things are true. Yeah.
So the first website that I ever used in Irish was Facebook. And I remember being so shocked because you could actually use it in Irish, because at the time the whole internet was very just in English. It was very like Anglo place to use. Well, for me, because I don't have other languages. But then Facebook was available in Irish, and it was mad because I never imagined that would happen. And now loads of other websites have followed. So yeah, can you tell me about how it became that Irish was on Facebook of all languages?
So Facebook sort of launched a slew astru, or sort of a crowdsourced translation kind of app, and basically people with no training or with a lot of training, whatever, whoever wanted to translate just the little sentences that would say, you know, friends or conversations or whatever, they translate them, and then little by little they translate the site. So basically I think Facebook just wanted to cut corners and not have to pay anyone to do it, and they didn't really care about the standards. So I think that's still the case with major world languages like French or German or Spanish, that it's basically just random people in their basements just translating away, doing little sentences one by one. Everyone might, or like the vast majority of people might only do maybe 10 sentences, and then there's some absolute nerds like myself who do like thousands of sentences and who'll be really into it. It's sort of like the same way people who add to Wikipedia are really into it, and who might sort of check the standard across the whole range of it. And they might have some people to check for some of the more major languages, but we were quite happy to be allowed to do it for Facebook, and at the start it was quite easy because there weren't that many strings. So the thing we call strings are the sort of sentences that you have to translate. At the start there weren't that many, but I think since then Facebook just has exploded, and if you were like, it probably has maybe millions of words that you'd have to translate now, which is like a really significant project, and they aren't particularly helpful to volunteer groups that would like to help with them.
And then, so are you still continuously translating Facebook?
Not really. The odd time if I'm very bored and nothing else to do, but I sort of like in translating for Facebook. It's like throwing into a bottomless pit, hoping you'll fill the bottomless pit up to the brim at some point and then be able to walk on it. Because Facebook just seem to add more and more translations, and they make it really unhelpful for people who want to translate. So there might be some words like conversation, and you'll have to translate it 400 times for every kind of context in which conversation is used, and there's a couple of things like that just make it very not user friendly, even though at the start it was quite good compared to some other sort of crowdsourced translation, but yeah, it's tough enough. But some people are there, banging away at it, but it means, because it's sort of crowdsourced, it means that the quality of it isn't great. You don't really have editors, so like sometimes you'll notice things like some of the words or the terms change. So like has sort of changed from is mala may, but then they want to get it shorter and they put sort of character limits on it to different things, or like has posted something fustal in Dinisho X, but that's sometimes changed to like has made a trocht, or rinne and Dinisho on nuch the scapa. So it just gets very messy, and the project's just going on, has no end in sight. It doesn't really have any editors, so the standard of it's a little bit low, but I think overall you can still change your Facebook to Irish and get some value out of it.
I think that's the thing, is that when I changed it to Irish at first, I didn't even have that much Irish. So it was really hard, especially with all these new words that I didn't know, internet words, being there. But because you're so familiar with the interface, you kind of know where to click regardless. Which happens to my family when I log out of Facebook and then they open the computer. Like they know it's all in the different language, but they know where to sign in.
One thing I always think is interesting, people sometimes will see that the enter page or whatever, and it's in Irish, and they'll be like unsure. They're like, if I log in, will all the messages be in Irish? Like, no. So like if someone has put a message on your wall or whatever, it's still going to be in that language. So
and when you log in to your Facebook, it'll still be in whatever language you use Facebook in.
also there's that.
The interface itself. So, and I know loads of people who use it in different languages that they're like the target language they're trying to learn as well. But I think it's still helpful, even if it's not Perfect. Even though you do get kind of mixed, you get like bilingual Facebook where it's like your Cara has done. Or
yeah, it's interesting, like code switching or something.